What we're going to talk about today is just how to motivate, because this is really key. I mean, how do we motivate ourselves to make changes? How do we help other people? How do we motivate others? And but there are some ways, and this is possible. Change is possible. So we wanted to look at some of these. And the first and foremost is help people develop an ideal vision for what they'd like to see their lives. Making their lives more meaningful, more fulfilling, happier. And, that's just going to require some talk and some processing, but it also requires some quiet reflection. What is it we're here to do? What is our purpose? And that can be so easily influenced by the media and by the shows we watch on TV, and well-meaning people in our lives may want us to do stuff that's really not in accord with kind of our natural abilities and gifts, which is why I think it is important to really be in touch with kind of what the term that they use as signature strengths are, which we can go to different sites to take tests to determine what are our strengths and are we actually using those strengths regularly. So developing that vision, and then with the vision, creating reminders. For instance, I've got one right now that is the wallpaper on my phone. And how often, do we look at our phone every day? But every time I turn that on to look at it, I'm reminded of, oh yeah, that's what I'm after. That's my vision for myself. You can have, things written on the mirrors in your bathroom, things on the refrigerator, what have you. But the more reminders, the better. Second of all, support. If you're supporting somebody, be the person who is never going to give up. And there's a great line in the movie Internship where Vince Vaughn says, nothing you can do or say will make me not like you." And delivered in that great Vince Vaughn manner. And, as helping professionals, we should be the person who never gives up. And having worked in mental health, I see people, not mental health professionals naturally, but a lot of people in people's lives, naturally so, do kind of give up on folks, or they get so frustrated. But we're going to be the person that no matter how many times this person lies to us, we're not giving up. And so we're just rock solid in this person's life. And it's nice when we have that in our lives. If we've got at least one person that we can confide in. The next thing is activation energy, which some people have talked about and I've talked about in another video. But when we are looking at making changes or accomplishing goals, how can we reduce the barriers to doing so? The example I often use is like if you're wanting to learn a new song on an instrument, is keep your instrument out to where it's readily accessible. Keep your workout clothes out, and so that you can easily access them in the morning or afternoons when you get home from work or what have you, versus looking around and, oh gosh, this isn't clean, so I guess I can't work out today, that kind of thing. So reducing our barriers, which increases our activation energy. You write your goal down, and it's important to write. There's power behind writing stuff down versus just thinking about it. Is then writing down what are the barriers to obtaining the goal, and then after, so you've got your goal written, the barriers written, and then after that your strategies for overcoming the barriers. So actually just writing those three things down, there's some good research supporting that helps with achieving goals. Recognize that failure is a sign that you've tried. And failure is an excellent predictor. The number of times failed is an excellent predictor of future success. Remember, you could call it kind of good failures when you've tried and maybe not reached it, or made mistakes or what have you. Bad failure, I'll put that in quotes, bad failure would be where you just haven't tried. And we tend to, as people, regret more the things that we did not try. And I'm talking about healthy behaviors here, healthy or pro-social behaviors, so not stuff that would be unhealthy that we didn't try. Let's not try unhealthy stuff. reminder cards, so little small index cards that we can, when we wake up in the morning, we read, hey, I don't feel like working out, but boy, I sure do feel better when after I do. So keeping those reminder cards, reading them regularly throughout the day. And again, this could be something, technology's so great now. I could schedule kind of a motivational little saying on my calendar and set it to an alarm, and that's going to pop up at the time of the day and remind me. I can send myself an email, that's, keep it up. So there are different ways and that we can use to feed ourselves. And so that's kind of the next thing I want to talk about is, there are so much, the news makes money of showing us all the, the gory details, if you will. And there's all kind of scary movies out there and movies, dealing with violence and so forth. So be careful of what you're feeding yourselves. I mean, we should be careful of the nutrition we're feeding ourselves, but let's also be careful of, what we're, kind of garbage in is garbage out, which is an old computer terminology term. We feed ourselves with more positive things, more inspirational things, associate with folks who are more supportive. We get more out. And so just being aware of what we are taking in and just being discerning of whether this is helpful or not. Good luck with motivation. Let's all, I need to work on it, but let's all strive to be the folks who don't give up on ourselves or others. And good luck with that.